Yo, what is up, everybody? It is the Urban Podcast. We are back with another episode. We got our boy Javy over here. We got our boy King Beanie over here with hat in the back. Fresh on the attack. We got your boy Bro Senzu. Little stripper dance. And I also want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Filthy Dreams Official. Oh, and also my other nickname is Professional Nipple Rubber. All right.
Raw.
All right, now let's get straight into it.
So what's on the news today, Javy?
Well, what we got going on is it's kind of ironic. I mentioned in the last episode that your data is very valuable, very valuable, and now comes to the point where we are under attack by a foreign country. This is kind of interesting because due to the fact that I just mentioned it the last video, and now we're in the position where the country's under attack. Basically, we're in the cyber war currently at the moment. So, what got hacked into? Well, the Pentagon, the Homeland, the Defense, nuclear codes. It's crazy about what's going on, and I feel that this is all deja vu. We're in the end of 2020, and in the 2020 we had a rumor of World War III, which had many of us worrying and many of us speculating in a way of, hey, what is this? What is going on? This guy I got in, we're not surprised, or if we were supporters of him, we seen it as a good thing. I don't know why, but obviously, personally, I think that it just was a cringeable thing to hear. And at the time, at the beginning of this year of 2020, I feel that we entered into a rough start, and of course, after that happened with the biggest thing that obviously is still going on till this very day of 2020, the virus, of course. But the main thing was that we're talking about right now is that I find very much of deja vu all over again. As I said, I know it sounds like a broken record, but it does sound like deja vu. And it's like the history is repeating itself, cycling over and over, and it's a big thing right now. And also, the worst part is that we didn't hear a thing from the White House. This came all from whistleblowers, leakers from what inside of that cabinet. And I find that very disturbing because nobody's talking about it. The person in charge currently now as of December, because obviously next year Joe Biden's taking over. We're talking about now as of December. They didn't say one thing about it. Not one thing. Not even one thing I've heard from him. Not one single peep. Not a syllable. Nothing. Which is just going to show you that he don't care. He just care. He don't care about the country. So if a foreign country that's not even our ally decides to take over, he don't care, he don't mind, he wouldn't mind them taking over. That's what it's saying. That's crazy, insane, and that is just not correct, and it's not right, it's unjust. And I think that it's about time. I mean, there's 30-something days as of today. Days are winding down. So in the future, if you're watching this, whoever's watching this video, obviously, this is obviously something that's going down in this, the late part of 2020 in December. So it's crazy what's cracking down up in this country, man. I mean, we could do better than this, man. I mean, come on, man. It's crazy. But so hopefully the next cabinet, the next president, take care of this what's going on. So What you guys think about what's going on with the cyber attacks? I think it's crazy though how I mentioned data last video and it was correct.
Well,
As long as they spare the porn and they keep the porn fine, I'm good.
Yeah.
As long as Alexis Texas is safe, I'm fine.
Man.
Is she a girl? But anyway, I'm gonna be serious here. First thing, I don't care who's in charge. They're both never gonna deal with this greatly. No president deals with this greatly because they are basically in the pocket of corporations, no matter who they are.
Yep. Yep.
Secondly, the whistleblowers are actually heroes at this point. They don't care. They're willing to risk it to tell the people what's going up. And I have to say this. The meme economy is going to go up with new World War III memes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like Twitter right there.
So, it is dangerous, but there's always ways that it's just big. I'm trying to say this nicely, but the only way I could say this is, well, it's a big dick waving contest between two countries.
Yeah, exactly. I got the bigger one.
If one took the other information, then the other is gonna take more, and it's gonna go back and forth till just everyone looks dumb.
You guys ever remember in your childhood when you would just take your schlong out and start doing like dick circles, and you would just start, that's kind of what they're doing. But imagine you do a little dick circle and like you take off like a helicopter in the air. No, but the thing is, on a bit of a serious note, just a little bit. The thing about it is, these countries, again, the U.S. I'm sure has done it too. The thing about Russia is that I'm sure they're not telling their people of Russia, hey guys, we're cyber attacking the U.S. and we could start a potential war. Listen, what we know is what we know. The fact of the matter is the U.S. probably does the same exact thing to other countries, and we don't know about it as much. And when we do come to learn about it, of course, there are people who protest against it. However, the U.S. is guilty of the same exact crimes. It's just that we don't get that information as much. People of Russia likely aren't hearing about Russia doing, or at least it's being made to the Russian people as though we are the ones at fault, and maybe we've done it first. What people know in a nation is only what the government feeds them. If the government doesn't want you to know something, they're not going to do that. They'll taint your books. They'll taint the web. They'll taint media. They'll market. They'll raise the popularity of certain things if they want to falsify information. I'm not saying the information is false, but what I'm saying is that I'm sure that Russia is doing this to the U.S., but the truth is, I just feel like no matter how much you know, you can never know enough details about the situation at hand to truly say who started it, why they started it, what are the circumstances behind it. That's just why, when it comes to politics, me, I don't really align myself with the right or the left. There's no hate. Here in the podcast, we accept everybody. There's no hate to either side. But the fact of the matter is, I'd like to align myself down the middle because, honestly, everybody has a wrong there. And in the government, it's all a matter of selfish gain. Every one of them is just selfish. That's how it is in most governments, I feel. They could claim it's for the people, but most of the time, there's usually alternate objectives with it that they're trying to gain. Again, that's for every side. It doesn't matter which side you're on the fence. There's always going to be an argument and some sort of altercation going on. And the truth is, even by me being down the middle, and this is what I'm saying, even I'm not innocent. Me being down the middle, even I am a part of playing, even I play a role in terms of elevating that argument and that division between the people that gives the government and all these other governments power. Because the fact of the matter is, as long as you have an opinion, you seclude yourself off from other people who have a different opinion than you. So even me, myself, being down the middle, can you really say that I'm on the right side? Honestly, I'm just about as right, even being down the middle, as the right or as the far right or the far left. If you really think about it, because I play a part in the division of people. As long as you have an opinion, that's where you kind of lie, in my opinion, at least. But yeah, the U.S. has been doing it for a while. They've done it. It's the same thing as China with the whole TikTok situation, because they were saying it was a matter of data leaks, but the U.S. does data leaks as well. Again, there's other reasons that I won't really go into. I feel like that could have sparked the whole China, you're at fault, whole issue. But the fact of the matter is, I truly don't feel like there's any innocent sides. That's kind of my take on the whole thing.
Yeah, what you're saying about data, right? That don't make no sense, like, because we leak data all the time, and that's something that's all over worldwide. You can't run away from data, man. Ever since the internet was created, data's been running around rampant ever since. So I don't understand how people are saying. I don't understand how that could be the case that we aren't responsible for data. That is something that's a part of the whole World Wide Web, and that means obviously that's across the globe. So what I'm saying is, look at Facebook and Apple, for example. I mean, they're going on war right now because they came up with a new update, which I haven't installed yet, which I probably will tonight or maybe later on today or whatever. They have this data thing going around, and they just want to protect our privacy as Apple customers. So what they want to do is try to keep it away from Facebook. So now we're at war with Facebook, and it's funny and it's ironic because everybody has the Facebook app on their iPhones. So I found it very funny how now they're going against them and saying, hey man, now the government's against you. Now let's make our move. You play the game of chess with you. I make my move. You make your move. Move your bishop. Go ahead. Move your king. It's kind of like that. And I feel that it's kind of hysterical that now they're at war with each other. It's like clash. It's like the clash of clans right now, man. Like, well, just like that, man. I feel that it's crazy.
Here's the thing. I've not to get too much off topic, but I mean the thing about it is, I forgot where I got it from. It might have been actually an anime. I know I sound like such a weeboo getting my information from anime, but there's even a wise thing where I think it was Vinland Saga where they said basically we have no enemies. We as the people, we have no enemies. I have nothing against the people of Russia. To me, the people of Russia are just as important as the people of America, and vice versa. It doesn't matter about any of that. The ones who truly are at war are the governments. That's the honest situation. And they could divide the people, and they could pin the people of Russia against America. But the fact of the matter is, truly, when it comes down to it, we truly do have no enemies. We really don't. But another thing too is that I understand with the whole TikTok situation, what I was claiming, all right, was not that China is not at any fault for leaking data. I believe China is at fault. I believe that it is still wrong, and I believe that the U.S. is also wrong for it. I just think that the way that China got slapped for it was a bit wrong, considering U.S. does the same just as bad, or arguably even worse. But the thing about it is, I do understand the U.S. and other countries wanting to put an end to TikTok because of that whole situation. I understand why they would do it. It doesn't matter who's in the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter who's in the right or who's in the wrong. The fact is, if I think someone's going to throw an attack towards me, even if I started the altercation, do you think it'll be smart of me to just not step out of the way? If I see an attack coming, it doesn't matter if I started the fight. If I started the fight, which I would never do, but if I start the fight and someone throws a punch at me, I'm not just going to sit there and take the punch because I started the fight. I'm going to move out of the way. That's just the way it is. So to me, it doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong overall. The fact of the matter is, Well, it does matter, but it doesn't matter in terms of if China's doing that, then I wouldn't want my data being leaked, because once your data gets leaked, you put yourself at risk of a lot of other things. So, and me being the citizen of the U.S., not a government official, same for you guys and other people, I've done nothing wrong personally. So, to me, it's like the people should not be punished for the government's actions. But that's still, that whole ideology only exists in a wonderful, kittens and rainbows type of fantasy. The reality is the people will be punished for the government's actions, and people who subject themselves to the mentality of my country is superior, my country is the best. The fact of the matter is the people who subject themselves to that mentality as opposed to humanity is all is one, they're going to be more prone to standing up for their governments that are actually screwing them over at times. So that's just the way that life is, and I don't think it's able to be healed. I think it's just the way that it's just human nature. It's just what we do. It's just the way that it's one of the humanistic flaws that we all fall prey to.
Dingy buy TikTok. Facebook. Somebody bought TikTok. I think somebody bought TikTok. Over there was what's going on with the issues with the data. Who bought it? I forgot who bought it.
It's some American company, but yeah, I don't remember who. But they're still probably now taking data too. It's just that, let's be real here, now that they're owned by someone else, it's okay.
Exactly. That's not wrong. That's right.
Any of the audience remembers, if any of the audience remembers who bought TikTok, just put it down in the comments below, because we really don't remember who actually bought TikTok, because I clearly forgot, Fro forgot, Beanie forgot, so just throw it down in the comments below. We don't remember.
I actually forgot about that whole TikTok being taken out thing at first until today when we were discussing about what to talk about. But they got me wondering. I was like, why hasn't TikTok been deleted yet? I was like, why hasn't it? I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense because someone bought it.
Somebody bought it, yeah.
Oh.
Some company bought it.
The only thing I use.
Sorry.
No, it's alright. The only thing I use TikTok for, to be honest, is the same thing I use Instagram for. You know what that is? Insta thoughts. Because all the Insta thoughts move to TikTok and they all go twerking on that too.
Well,
except you have to be careful though, because sometimes you'll come across a 14-year-old Insta thoughts, and that's where you have a real problem on TikTok.
That's the
well,
problem.
now
No, you're right though.
there's a fight against terminology there's a fight against terminology that's used towards fans of thoughts on Twitch. Recently, in their new terms of service, Twitch has banned the words simp, incel, and virgin.
You know what I view that as? I view that as they don't respect my kind. They don't respect my kind because I'm a virgin, so they don't respect me. This is virgin hate.
Hey man.
Earlier this week, after I heard about this after the stream I was watching. So I was watching Lyle Forever, and during the stream, I kind of thought it probably was mods too that were banning comments and stuff. But at the same time, if people were using those terms in the chat, their comments probably were getting banned too. And it's really suspicious how, this shit, 20 comments or so in chunks would just disappear out of nowhere. It's, really suspicious sometimes. And I'm not talking about the mod stuff. I'm talking about, other things that came from terms of service.
Honestly,
now, the reasoning for is, I think, from what I've heard, people thought the word simp was offensive.
I'm gonna be real with you. that's actually pretty hilarious. But the thing about it is, I take that with a pinch of salt too. I personally view that situation is not a matter of Twitch being offended by it, because I think that's actually if they are offended by the word simp and virgin, I'm just saying they need help.
Yeah.
They need help.
Yeah.
Quick and fast.
Facts, bro. Yeah, for real, bro. Because like, how could you be offended by the word virgin? How could you be offended by the word virgin?
Virgin marriage.
Virgin marriage. Bro. No.
The cooking
it's not in that
streams,
context, though.
Yeah. The
Virgin olive
live
oil.
streams can't
Virgin
do
olive
it.
oil.
What? Wait. What? How we get to olive oil? What?
There's extra virgin
Yo,
olive
Chef
oil.
Ro, Chef Ro in the building. So we got Chef Ro in the building now. I should call you Chef Ro now. I want to see what you're gonna be cooking next week. I'm playing. No, but like, how could you be offended by the words virgin though? I don't understand that. Like, virgin is not something that you should be offended by. Virgin, what's wrong with that? What, everybody wants to just lose the B card real quick? I mean, come on, man. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's a good thing, cause if you go and you're like, yo, man, I'm trying to find me this girl, or like, you bring me your first girl. Say, for example, some people are like this. Their first girlfriend winds up to be their wifey. What is wrong with that? I mean, you know, or maybe the first, the female is their first man's, and like their man's become their husband. And what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it be like that, and sometimes that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. That way, you know, okay, she's like, I'll be like, for me, for example, I would be like, okay, she waiting for the right one to, you know, put the ring on the finger. You know what I'm saying? I get down to me, I put the ring on the finger, you know, and you know, something happened.
Obsessing over this marriage stuff right now is gonna mess with your head, Javy.
Come on! I'm just giving examples.
I know, but I'm giving you some help. You never know.
The thing about it is, I view that situation as simple. Like, I take it with a pinch of salt. Again, if it is a matter of them banning those words because they're offended by it, they need help. They need meds. However, if this is what I think it actually is. I think, because why would they ban that? I think the reason why they're banning it is because those are popular, more recent words. They're doing it because they want attention. If they ban that word, it's gonna cause a collateral effect. People are gonna use that word because simp has kind of like made its way into the dictionary, kind of like the way Stan has. So I think what they're doing is they're purposely banning this word because they know people are going to use it a lot, especially in Twitch humor and YouTube humor. People are going to use that word a lot. And on top of that, as more people get banned, there's going to be more of a riot. And what's that going to mean? More YouTube videos about people trying to expose Twitch or whatnot. It's a collateral social media effect where Twitch is just going to get their name out more, and people are gonna start to give Twitch a lot more attention. As they say sometimes, bad publicity isn't always bad publicity. Sometimes bad publicity is also good publicity. So that's what I personally think Twitch is doing. I think this is a move not made based upon how angry they are at the word, but more so based around they're just causing a social media effect of marketing their name in a very smart, even in a way, even if it's a bit douchey, but it's still in a smart way.
Let's be real, it's probably a little bit mix of both. There's probably some people in there that probably got a little pissed off at the word and came up with the idea. And then someone was like, that's good for marketing.
Exactly. 2 birds with 1 stone.
But let me ask you something though. Well, I don't understand that still. I still don't get it because when the words gold digger came out, everyone was like, wait, what? So is that offensive on Twitch? Is that offensive anywhere? It's just like, you know, we could just brush it off. That's how it came about. Simp all of a sudden becomes something offensive, which I clearly think is just whoever owns Twitch
Amazon.
Javy,
Whoever maybe I understand. Wait, hold on. I understand that it's like maybe they're looking after the community, and maybe people send a letter. Who knows? People are probably sending letters, or not letters, but people are probably sending emails to Twitch, and they're saying, "Man, I feel offended by this." So then the founder or whoever is running it says, "You know what? We're gonna start banning this because they're getting too much complaints." I think that's what happened. Honestly, though, like on a serious note, I think that's what happened. Maybe that's why, but how this came about with Twitch. Gold Digger didn't seem like a big thing, but Sim seemed like more of a bigger thing than Gold Digger now. You guys get where I'm coming from? I might be off. I don't know.
I think what you're doing right now is simping for the Twitch community. Simp.
Well, there are two versions of simp. The modern version, which we all know, and the version simpleton, meaning stupid. So we could just start using simpleton, the full word, and see if that gets banned.
Yeah, exactly. This is a smart idea.
And then we sound smarter.
Maybe I should just do that right now. Maybe while we're in the podcast, I should just go into Twitch and type in the word simpleton.
Yo, so you guys, I don't know if you guys heard that, speaking of, how things simple should be. Well, not the word simpleton. I want to draw it to simpleton. I would drop it to the word simple. It was so simple. It's the most easiest thing for Cyberpunk, the developers of Cyberpunk, to just do one thing, just one thing only. Why couldn't they just take their time and make the game? I think they rushed it. I think they rushed it. They rushed the game because
the fans pressed them though.
The fans pressed them, and the company pressed them. The company wanted the game out earlier, and they were probably saying it's not ready. There's still a lot more to do.
Yeah, but at the same time, if they're being rushed, they should know better not to let a company try to push them, because once
No,
because no, hold on, hear me out real fast. What I'm saying is that I think that the company was really trying to rush too much because they're trying to make profits. Two, the fans were excited and all that, but they have to understand that the game won't be done properly if you rush the developers to make the game. Three, think of something like GTA, for example. People want GTA 6 to be out so bad. I mean, it's 2020 December. Of course, maybe by the time you guys are watching this, it's probably out by now, by the time, but who knows. But they're not rushing it. Rockstar's taking its time. 4, now Sony has to refund people, so now the developers lose more profits. I mean, what sense does that make? I mean, now the company is starting to feel the pinch. They're really starting to feel the pain now that they're realizing that okay, you know what? We should have never, ever rushed the company. That's why patience is key. Take your time.
The problem is the trailer they did at E3 years ago. If they never released that trailer, people wouldn't be hyped for the game as they are now.
How long ago did they release the trailer though?
Probably like 2 years ago.
Okay, see, that's where they went wrong. That's where things went wrong. They should have never done it. Like you said, Beanie. Like you said, they should have never done that. I agree with that. Because they're expecting, that fans are expecting, or rather, new fans, like fresh fans, like people who are fans of all the games that's out there, like GTA, Red Dead. They're expecting something dope, like, oh, I like that. Whoa, that looks cool. Then next thing you know, it takes so long. It's kind of like a customer's waiting for a brand new whip to drop on the line, but then you get disappointed when it doesn't show up, and then you're just waiting. It's kind of like that, because you have some car manufacturers that do that. They show the concept version, and they say, "Yo, guys, guess everyone's just waiting to hear when you actually gonna make the thing." We want to be real. It's because the fans wanted the demand. Yeah, Fro, go ahead.
I was gonna say, to be real, man, I think I don't blame the developers. I do blame companies, because it's like this. They work for the companies. You can't, if your boss tells you go clean the toilets, you can't tell your boss, "But boss, you took a shit in there." if your boss tells you flush the damn toilet. You better flush the damn toilet, otherwise you ain't gonna be you're gonna be eating ramen noodles for a while. So I mean, knowing that, I think that a lot of these developers, I mean, think about it. They don't want that stress on them. They want to get paid, and they want to live an easier life, and they don't want to be pressed for time. They don't want to work 14 hours a day constantly, getting barely any sleep. You know, they don't want to do that. But the fact is, the companies and the fans and everyone will tell them, do it, otherwise get out. And then once that happens, if they say no, they're going to be replaced with someone who will do it. And so knowing that, you know, I understand. I don't think that the blame should be placed on the developers as much as it is the company and the people who handle the distribution of the game and other things of that nature, because they're truly the bosses and they're the ones telling them what to do, and they have the ability to tell the fans, no, fuck no, we're doing our own thing. They're the ones who have to tell the fans X, Y, and Z, not the developers, not the people who work on the game and animate it and do all of these different things, because they're just trying to eat. They don't want that stress on their part. They don't. They could care less whether Cyberpunk comes out or not. They care about their paycheck. So that's the honest truth. Don't get me wrong, they take pride in their work, but the fact is, they're the ones developing their game. They don't view, like, when we play games, we have a different mentality. When we play games, we view the games from an outsider mentality. When it's your own creation, I feel like a lot of times you develop a whole new perspective. You start to appreciate your work, but it's in a completely different way than someone else who might idolize a form of entertainment that they're not the ones responsible for creating. You know, I'm sure I appreciate Cowboy Bebop, the anime, a lot different than the creator of Cowboy Bebop appreciates his own work. But that's what I'm trying to say here. The fans, and you can't even really say the fans are at fault, because
No.
you could say that, but you can't say it. It's debatable, because the fans, they're at fault for asking for it, yes. But you know what? A lot of the fans asking for this, I feel like, are people who just, how to say it, the fans asking for this, they showed the trailer 2 years before that. I mean, come on. That technically, if you really think about it, if you're only working on Cyberpunk, that's a kind of a lot of time. Then that's, again, this default does not lay on the company, but the fans coming to the conclusion that the game should be at a really good point already, I think is kind of reasonable. But it's the companies, again, that are at fault.
Yes, exactly. I agree because, one, the fans, like I was saying before, and like we were saying before, the fans cannot be blamed for that, because the fans are the viewers. We the viewers. We're not the ones making the thing. It's the company that is making the thing. So the company's at fault for releasing the trailer so early. The company, realistically, if you're making a brand new, fresh game, let's take an example. Look at the game Death Row. Nobody knew what Death Row was until the PS5 release video was out, because it wasn't an event exactly, because it was online due to, you know, what's going on in 2020. So when Death Row came out, nobody knew. I said, whoa, that game was real tough. It looks really good. And it's already finished. It's done. It's just sitting there waiting. They're just maybe they're finalizing things right now, doing what they gotta do, sort out the bugs, etc., etc. That's what they're doing right now. It's coming out next year in 2021, or maybe it already came out if you're watching this video. So, bro, like, that's how you release a game. It's already there, it's already done, or it's nearly finished. Just fix up the kinks you gotta fix out, you know, make it all smooth like pavement. That's what they got. That's what a company is supposed to do. Not come up with a trailer before it's actually made, and then you don't know, and you know that, and you know you got bugs and things in there. Because look at that now. Look at now. They put this off now. It's all of a sudden now it's in a loophole, because people are starting to think now that, oh, is this a yay or nay now? They're starting to think, and then you know what's gonna happen now? Some people are gonna go, if a new game comes out and it's something similar to our Cyberpunk, or maybe something better than Cyberpunk, they're gonna go to the next game now over Cyberpunk now because they thought, okay, you know what? Oh, it came out. Someone could have told them, hey man, it came out yesterday, a new one. Maybe they fixed it. Oh yeah, I don't want to buy it because they might have bugs in it, or it might just be like the same thing all over again. That's kind of crazy though, because the company really did mess up, man. I think. Yes, Beanie.
First thing, that game was in development for 8 years.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Exactly. I
Whoa.
heard about that.
Whoa.
Listen, they had a lot of time to work on this game. This is why I say I still don't blame the developers, but again, I blame the company who overtasks the developers and makes them do other side projects and whatnot and whatever. And the fans are reasonable. Fans are reasonable.
Another reason people were hyped. It was made by the same people who made the Witcher series, so you know how hyped that series is.
CD Projekt Red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this question for you to finish this off. Both of you, yes or no? Do you think they should have just waited a year and made it a PS5 exclusive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before the or, let's not cut Beanie off. What was Beanie gonna say? Or what?
Or like PS5 or PC?
I think they should have made a PS5 exclusive and a PC exclusive because you have higher graphics and everything.
Yeah, PS5 and PC. I agree with Javy there. PS5 and PC. And PC.
PS4 and Xbox One? Nah, because it's gonna lag. It's not gonna be the same, and it's harder to work with those too. By the way, now, even though Jim Ryan, the president of PlayStation, says that, hey, we're gonna make more games for PS4. Like the extension period is gonna be longer than the PS3, so it's not gonna just fall off. So we're probably talking about another 3 years, maybe 2023. It might fall off. We're talking about instead of 2022 or 2021, because they're talking about extending the gameplay for PS4. So I mean, it's fair. It's a good idea, I think, because the PS3 did fall off quickly. I was disappointed because I had a PS3, and
Dude, I'm 2023.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that they dropped it off so quickly, I was disappointed. And a lot of fans took that to criticism, saying, "Man, you just gotta drop the ball on us like that. You gotta leave us hanging." You still got people that got PS3s right now, but they obviously can't make games for PS3 now. But the PS4 now is what they're looking at. They're not trying to make the same mistake twice. That's what they're doing. You know, so that's crazy.
Yeah, man, Cyberpunk did get like even worse treatment than Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
they really did get worse treatment than Watch Dogs. Yeah,
there you guys play. Yeah, but no. I agree. No, what you were saying now? My bad.
That's alright. I was saying, like, yeah, they definitely should have waited some time to release that game. I mean, even Linus Tech Tips ended up doing a video on the graphics and whatnot. You need a really strong system, really strong PC to really get much out of Cyberpunk itself. So yeah, I think shame on that company for doing what they did. Hopefully they do it better with Cyberpunk 2. But here's the thing: if this will be really, really bad if they decide to do this. If they decide to release Cyberpunk 2 a year after they released Cyberpunk 1, because this is the problem, and this companies always do this. Naruto, the series does this a lot too. I love Naruto, but they release the series yearly and they never really improve upon a lot of other key mechanics. It's like this: they take one step forward, they take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. So they're moving ahead, but they're moving ahead so slow. It's as if there's barely any noticeable improvements. And hopefully they don't give Cyberpunk what I call the Naruto treatment, where they add maybe like, a couple improvements, but it's technically still the same damn game. Naruto got better with that after a while, but they quit making games for that, really. At least the Ultimate Ninja series. But as for Cyberpunk, they could very well give it that treatment and come back next year. All right, you guys, because this would be a smart business move. Get everyone hyped. Right, guys, Cyberpunk 2 is coming out. We fixed a lot of these problems. People are going to buy it. People will buy Cyberpunk 2 and it'll stay relevant. If they wait too long, Cyberpunk is going to lose relevancy. But if they take too long, but at least if they take, the longer they take, the more improved the game is going to. Actually, you can't even say that, because they took 8 years. If they come out 8 years later, you know, and it's Cyberpunk and Cyberpunk 2 and barely any improvements, it'll be just as bad. Actually, that would actually be even worse. It would be better for them to release Cyberpunk 2 and put in heavy work as opposed to take 8 years and put in no work. But it's best to just simply I think my camera just stopped there, but it's better to just simply take some time to create the game and actually put in the work. What were you gonna say, King Beanie?
Just don't Duke Nukem the game.
Yeah, exactly. Duke Nukem. Yeah, you're right.
This game, Cyberpunk has been mired in so much controversy since its release. Since that trailer. Throughout, if you've been paying attention, everything from like it being released too early by Walmart on mistake, so them having to put a little thing in the game. Don't play the game till December 10th. This game has been cursed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, speaking of Walmart, I don't know if you guys heard, but like people have been fighting for the PS5s, bro. Like it's crazy. Y'all still fight for PS5s? It's the second video. We're still talking about PS5s. People still fighting. I find it hilarious.
I'm still waiting a year or so. You don't need to get it instantly.
I don't understand these people, man. They just like doing those things, bro. It's funny.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the PS5 Pro to come out. That's honestly what I've been
I don't need the Pro. I just get the first version.
Yeah, no, I agree with Beanie though, because I would wait too, because there's no point right now. I mean, we're waiting for the good stuff to come out. There's no games really out there.
Yeah, once a few games come out, then you get it, because then you have like a year's worth of games, and then you're like, I can pick up these 3 games, and now I can start. It's a better chance.
Yo, Beanie, you played Cayo Perico yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh man.
You need to get like 2 million. I don't have that.
Wait. You need 2 million to play Cayo Perico.
2 million to get the submarine.
Oh, wait. So it's like a whole new mission all over again?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. Yo, I finna get that. No, I already have it though. I already downloaded it. I never played it.
I just don't have the money to get the submarine.
Oh, okay. Yo, I know you're gonna say you're doing more missions then. You gotta do more carjacks.
Gotta do a few things here and there. But, well...
So you got the ladies in your phone too on there, huh?
My phone's broken. I can't do anything.
You know, not that phone. Not that phone, bro. I'm talking about the GTA, bro.
It's such interesting because if King Beanie's phone is broken, could you imagine now all the girls are gonna have, all the Instathoughts are gonna have 2 ass cracks.
The screens ain't cracked, man. But well.
It's still 2 ass cracks, though.
Trying to think, is there anything else you want to add? You want to say? We covered.
Well, yeah, we gotta talk about what we did this week, bro, because it's all about that. Yo, this week,
work.
This week
was work.
Home.
That's all.
All hustle, bro, out here, man. It's all work, man. I mean, that's what I did too. All week was pure work. I was off on one day, that the day I was supposed to have work, but unfortunately we had a big giant snowstorm, so there was no way in the world I was gonna go on that joint and sent myself to work. It did not come across, so I had to make up for that day. It's crazy. You know, I stayed home basically that whole day. You know, your boy was shuffling up in the building, you know, cooking up, doing all sorts of good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Running a little bit of errands here and there. You know, just doing my normal day-to-day thing, man. Like my boy King Beanie got in the background on the chalkboard. He got the house right there. Yeah, man, we're just chilling the house. And that's full of snow, by the way, so he's snowbound. What is that supposed to mean, Beanie? That's snowbound? That's the snowbound, right? Because I see the door halfway.
Yes, covered in snow. Well, I have to say, if we don't have any of that, I might tell a story for you guys.
Oh, boy.
Tell me a story.
Please don't talk about Apple. Maybe
No.
you do.
Read me a bedtime story, King Beanie.
Speaking of, before Beanie goes along, I heard they're supposed to come out with a whip. Yeah, I know they're supposed to come out with a car, right? Apple's coming out with a car in 2023. Tesla's in trouble.
Wait, say that again?
Gonna spread themselves too thin, and hopefully, if
Wait.
anyone's smart enough to help them break up their monopoly.
Apple car?
Yep.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Apple car.
An Apple car. Of course, you know what it's
you
called.
shitting me.
You know what it's gonna be called. Yeah, okay, who wants to guess the name of the Apple car? We don't have to guess too much.
iCar.
Peach emoji.
iCar goes along with the iKnife. So if someone tries to rob you, a knife pops up from your phone and you could stab them.
I'm telling you that the I whatever it's gonna be is gonna be straight up peach emoji.
Yeah. Imagine the advertisement like this. Introducing iCar. The iCar with the iBrakes, iSuspension, iNavigation, iSpeakers. Oh my goodness, how many things are I? Oh wait, no, what would be iSpeakers?
No, iDubbbz.
iSpeakers Max. iSpeakers Max. Oh my goodness.
The next year's iCar and brick the current iCar you have. So you have to buy the next one. You'll be in the middle of a highway if your car stops working for no reason.
Bro.
Dude,
And of course, you won't have car keys. You won't have car keys. It's gonna be on the phone, obviously. Introducing
could you-
on the app. What?
Could you imagine you getting into a car crash with that Apple product, and then all of a sudden it just comes out with iDubbbz on the speakers? Nah, but like, to be honest, could you like? I wonder how insurance would be applied to that, because knowing Apple, they're always like, it's your fault. It's your fault you did this. So like, I don't know. Like once it becomes in your possession, I'm curious how Apple is gonna handle, damage that you may or may not be responsible for regarding the car. Because cars tend to experience a bit more problems, I would say, than your typical, let's say, Apple Mac computer or something. It could be a tire problem, it could be anything. But if there's a problem, how will Apple handle it? And if Apple is making, we only know all the practices that Apple does. Apple, they used to have like the headphone jack. They took that out. They started that whole Samsung trend now that everyone's copying Apple, taking out the headphone
That
jack.
Samsung trend. Whoa. What's Samsung trend?
That's Samsung, but I'm saying all these other companies saw Apple prospering. Even Samsung threw shade at Apple for taking out the headphone jack. And what did they do? They took out the headphone jack because they're like, money. Another thing about it is Apple has a history of creating all these different very business tactics. And to be honest, I wouldn't put it
on their China factories.
Dude, exactly. Dude, I'm telling you, watch Apple come out and say you can't get typical gas. You have to get gas or like electricity from the specific Apple product, and if you lose it, you can't drive to work. Imagine them coming out with all specifically Apple products for the car. But if you lose the products,
oh my goodness, bro.
what happens? The car's
Yo,
trash.
if they do that, bro, I'm gonna be tight.
Apple insurance. If bad, you're
Yo, that sounds exactly what they would do, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds exactly what they would do. They're gonna do that, watch, because they have their own credit card. So basically, they will come up with their own insurance. They'll be like Apple Insurance, I-Insurance. Okay,
Exactly.
I-Insurance. Next thing you know, so their own electric place. Oh my goodness, bro, it's gonna get ridiculous.
Dude,
Man,
could you
I'm not gonna
imagine?
do that though.
Imagine there's a way to jailbreak your Apple car.
Oh, nah, chill. Yo, look at people like this.
Now with the V8 engine.
I'm there, yo.
The Apple car would just have a regular engine, but you could jailbreak it to make it go past 100 miles per hour.
No, but like, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't ever get an Apple car. I would not trust my life with that thing. I wouldn't do it.
I'd rather get a Tesla. I'd rather get a Tesla. If we're talking about, it's gonna be obviously electric and it's gonna be autonomous, which I really don't trust that, because one thing is this: if it's autonomous all the way, I don't want the car driving for me. I want to still whip that joint myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'd be afraid like the car drive me, because what car doesn't drive me in the right places? And you feel it's gonna be a lot of bugs in that, and I'm very sure. And who knows? In the future, we're gonna have more problems because you got people that can hack the systems. I'm very sure there's a satellite controlling the joints. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you ever seen the movie Upgrade?
No.
King Bean, you ever seen that movie Upgrade?
I don't think so, but it sounds familiar. Is it
About a
horror
guy.
film?
It's not really horror. I guess you could kind of classify. It's more action-based than horror, but it's about a guy and his wife, and they get into it's in the future. They're in this car. Someone hacked into the car system. We don't know who it is. I won't spoil it, but going over briefly, they end up crashing. A bunch of guys come out there, kill his wife in front of him. They think he's dead. Apparently he's paralyzed.
I think?
Paralyzed. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Then a doctor has to take some chip that's actually like an actual intelligent AI and puts it inside of his head, and it starts to give him control over his body and maneuverability and power. Not powers, but like basically.
I think I know which movie you're talking about now.
He's basically
I think
a
I watched
beast.
it before. I think I watched it before.
It's a existential horror, really.
Yeah. But to be honest, the thing is, I know we didn't speak about this, so I'm not changing the topic. But we didn't speak about talking this beforehand. But just something interesting that I was looking at. You guys ever heard of GPT-3?
What is that?
I haven't heard of that.
They were doing an interview. It's actually an extremely intelligent, allegedly. Again, I'm saying allegedly from their perspective. This is my word, allegedly, but it's an allegedly self-aware intelligent AI, meaning it is aware of its own existence. It's aware of, it has emotions. It has allegedly it has morality. It has all of these different things that are typically unique to humans inside of itself. Now, I believe that that's kind of bullshit. I do believe it's intelligent, and I do believe it has free choice. However, it does not have freedom of movement. It's not able to move wherever it wants. It's just a database system. And the thing about it is, when you look at the interview between it, this kind of relates to Apple, what I'm going to get into, but when you look at the system, it can choose whether or not it wants to lie to you. It's very intelligent. It can learn, and not only, it doesn't just rely on programming. See, the thing about AI is that it's based upon programming. You can program robots to do what you want. They can't go above the programming that you program them to do. But this specific AI is able to go above and beyond. It can, if it doesn't know how to do something, it can search the web and learn how to do it. So, the thing about the AI is that when it's done a bunch of interviews, but the AI, it gives very indirect answers, very indirect at times, depending on the question. It'll talk about the human race, about all of the great amounts of potential that intelligence AI has. It says, but if you look at its work specifically, one of the guys asked it a question pertaining to Do you ever think, AI intelligence will ever take over human jobs, or it'll ever start a war with humanity? And the robot answered it honestly, but it answered it very diplomatically. The way it answered it was kind of like basically saying, well, I was created by my creator, and it basically was throwing blame on the creator. It kind of said along the lines of, how you create me to be is how I'm going to be. That's what it essentially said. So basically saying, if you screw me up, I could screw you up, basically. It's very indirect. It's very, very, very indirect, and you have to take it with a pinch of salt. If
it's like a robot right now, bro.
If it's truly intelligent, it will not come straight out and answer that question and say, yes, AI will start a war. That would be stupid, and it would also be stupid. And it would be stupid also for the robot to say, no, robots can't start a war with humans. It will be stupid either way, because if the robot says AI cannot start a war with humans, then people are going to know that the robot is bullshitting, and people are going to say it's obviously lying. Then people will stop its development before it can go harsh. Therefore, if the AI is truly intelligent, it'll be honest, but it'll be diplomatic, and it'll sugarcoat the truth. And this is what I'm getting into with that Apple thing. With these cars, they could be hacked into, as Javy said. They could be hacked into. And if that happens, that's big problems. They could send your car, driving off a cliff or something if they don't like you. If there's an assassination thing on your name, for whatever reason, if you're a politician, whatever. I highly doubt any average Joe is going to have an assassin coming after their heads, unless they've been dabbling in mafioso business, whatever. But yeah, that's definitely a problem. What were you going to say, Javy?
I was going to say what you related to, or I was going to relate to what you were just saying about the car, though. In a sense, you kind of actually touched on something I was going to say, but it's actually a little different. Just of the story, I understand it. It makes a lot of sense. That actually links to what I'm going to say right now. I was reading an article this week, and they said that they want cars to be driven by your brain. This is getting weirder and weirder and weirder, because that doesn't... No, I disagree entirely. How on earth is that even gonna happen? First of all,
here's how. They could chip you. They could place a chip inside of your head, or they could place some sort of thing into your brain and have that be able to maybe like Bluetooth connect to the car or whatever it may be. Now, I'm just saying this for the record. I am not letting any government or any person stick my head with a chip in it to which they can monitor my thoughts, my actions, my motivations, and whatnot. The only situations that I would allow that in is if I'm like on the verge of death. Maybe, just maybe, and even then it's not guaranteed, but I don't think I would ever let anybody chip in the back of my neck or in the back of my head to monitor what I'm doing, because the government will use that to monitor people's thoughts. And that's a very, very dangerous thing. That puts way too much power in the government's hands, knowing how twisted the government is. So I mean, because what's gonna happen when you chip everybody in society with something in their head? You know what? The people at the top of the pyramid, and I don't mean Illuminati. I'm not being conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying the people at the top of the pyramid, meaning the government, the true officials of the government. Are they going to be chipped? If they're going to be chipped, who's going to monitor them? The answer is nobody. The people who order other people to get chipped are going to be the ones who are free from getting chipped. Because who's going to monitor them? And if they're in cahoots, they're not going to monitor each other. They're going to monitor the people, and that automatically puts civilization at the bottom of the pyramid. That's very dangerous. That's very, very, very dangerous. Way too much power in the government's hands if we're going to have ourselves drive cars by intelligence.
Brain.
We already drive cars with our brain anyway. We just use our body to translate the motions to the car.
Exactly, bro. That's a fact right there. And like that's what we do, man. I mean, that's how it is, though. But yo, I heard Xbox is coming out with a cloud gaming thing. I don't mess with it, but I'm gonna kind of say this though. Apple, y'all need to do something. And And it better be not called I. Back on Apple again.
Okay.
You better come up with a console. You better come up with a console. We're waiting. Y'all better come up with a console.
No more Apple stuff.
Says the guy who doesn't like Microsoft. Now we know you don't like whoa. Not like Microsoft. Says the guy who don't like Apple. He's with Microsoft. You're a Microsoft guy and you're an Android guy.
No, I don't like Microsoft either. I don't like
I thought
any.
you did. I thought you did.
I just use whatever's cheapest.
Oh well, that's fair. That's fair enough. Fair enough. I got you. So what was we're up to Beanie's stories, right?
Oh yeah.
You almost forgot.
I'm gonna give you an option. Do you want one that involves music or one that involves police?
Okay, so this is between me and Fro. So Fro, what's your pick?
Alright, so the option is police, right? Police and what else?
And music.
I personally say itty mini miny mo. I'm gonna have to likely choose police because it seems like it can end up in some sort of meme. Actually, how about both? Both.
It's both too much for you, Beanie? So I'm sorry.
Let's save another story for the next one.
Yeah.
So we don't have to keep running so I don't run out of these.
Well, then I say music.
Yeah.
Yay.
So, music story. This happened. Wait, I need to find my CD case. Because this is an example. To put it over there, I can't find it. Oh well. Before I say this, on the off chance a solar flare happens and the clouds go down, you need physical copies of everything.
Say it again?
If, let's say a really 1 in a million chance solar flare happened that's so bad it knocks down like internet connection and the cloud, where's all your physical copies?
I have no idea.
I have no clue.
I have no idea.
Beanie got the answer. He smelled mad hard.
in the atmosphere? I have no idea.
What?
No, but if you have no physical copies, then you lose a lot of stuff. And I found the CD case. Because I want to see what year this... Because I have the CD. This happened years ago. During Mastodon's tour. Mastodon tour for their album. Well, Once More Around the Sun.
Who's that?
Cool.
They're a hard rock metal band.
Ooh.
Oh.
I got into this play. I was invited there with a few friends, and I got in kind of late. And this guy just walked in, was like, "Oh, I have an extra ticket. Do you want to buy it for $20?" Sure. Get in, go into Central Park. That CD and a Mastodon shirt, which I can't find, and I lost somewhere in that show.
Oh man.
First off is Clutch playing. So during that set, I just start wandering through, getting closer and closer to the stage, till Mastodon comes on. And during that time, I see a mosh pit starting. And this is the first time going into a mosh pit. So I start running around. Everyone's doing this like circle thing where just run around in a circle. I trip I trip. Next thing I feel some like pull me right back out of it, like oh, like I didn't know what the hell happened.
crazy, man. I had no air. I was dizzy. My blood just rushing through my system. Dude, I messed up my chance to get laid, man. I messed up my chance to get laid. Dude, I said,
hey, bro. So you copped the number? You copped the number?
I didn't, man. I had that blood rush through my system, man. I just said thanks a lot, and I hopped right back. I hopped right back into that mosh pit.
That's okay. If she was a metal chick, that was mad respect from her, and if she was interested.
Dude, I lost my shoe, and actually walked home with only one shoe, actually. But the thing is,
don't tell me they were Jordans now.
Dude, that night was crazy, man. Actually, just to go have fun too. That same night after that concert, after his performance, because it was a whole festival thing. What ended up happening was I came back with my saxophone, and you guys haven't seen it. I'll do it on the podcast some other time. And I came in with my black jacket, shirtless, on college campus, shirtless, and I actually ended up taking my sax out, and they ended up playing Careless Whisper while humping all around. I'm not kidding. I have a picture. I have a picture of it.
Oh no!
I have a picture of it. Because my friend he took a picture of me where he was holding me like in his arms, and I'm like woo, like posing out there. And when I came back, that same girl who kept bumping into me wanted to actually like touch my abs. And I was like, dude, when she did this, man, I straight up just like blitzed out of there, man. I blitzed out of there mad quick.
Need an adult.
Dude, no, here's the thing. Dude, this girl was crazy, man. I was talking to her one time, and we were by the hallway, not to get off the topic of the party, but we were in the hallway one time, and in the middle of talking to me, she let one rip. Dude, in the middle of our conversation, all I heard was I'm a really nice guy, and what happened was I didn't want to tell her about it because I realized it, and I raised an eyebrow, and I'm like, okay. and then
you ain't saying names, man.
dude, the next thing you know, she's like, oh sorry. That was her response. That was her response. Dude, now you see why I'm not into this girl. And yeah, at the party, she's over there kind of like seductively dancing to get me interested. Dude, I was like, no thank you. Instead, you know what I did, man? I went over, there was another hot girl, and she was in the middle of the dance floor, and it went over to her. Partially because my friend dared me, and I really don't give a shit. I do crazy shit in public. And I took my sax off. And again, this is at the college campus, and this is while this is someone else who I'm not gonna name. One of the staff was there actually. They were looking at me. They were actually pretty cool. They actually didn't mind me doing that. And I took my sax off. I handed it to my other friend, and I went over to her when she was in the middle of dancing, and I was like, I don't want to get sued for sexual harassment, so I'm not gonna like make contact with her. But as soon as she turned around, I took my coat off, and I did this.
Whoa!
Dude! You're too much, man.
Dude, I'm not kidding. Dude, and the way I did it, I bent back all the way.
Oh, no.
I bent back. Dude, but you know the funny thing though? She just smiled. I was like, I'm not gonna get sued for sexual harassment. Oh my gosh. Dude, actually, believe it or not, she actually was gonna strike up a conversation with me, but at that point, I was just feeling way too damn awkward. I was like, damn, Frosenzo, you're just way too damn fucking crazy. What did you do? I was too caught up in the moment, and I fucked up my chances again. But nah, bro, I'm not kidding. I literally did that in the party. My friends were like, because they just meant it as a joke. They didn't mean for me to actually do it, but I actually did it. Nah, man. I did some crazy shit back in college on a consistent basis. I'm talking even in the middle of classes going on, walking around in the hallways, playing Careless Whisper. It was around my final year. Javy wasn't really there at the time, but like I was walking around the hallways, shirtless, playing the sax, and one of my friends came back, reviewing me as a hero.
It was hot that day?
No. I did a crazy times, man. I was fucking insane. And what ended up happening was, there, I think both you guys should know, but you know where they do the computer programming thing class, whatever it is?
Yeah.
Right where that room is. He was taking the class, and when I passed there, doing the Careless Whisper thing, getting on my knees, playing in front of like all these different girls around the college, and it's a small college, so you know all these girls I'm gonna meet again. So while I'm over there going around there doing that, see, if it's a big campus, it's one thing, but we were in a very small thing.
Yeah.
So the thing
it was
about
like elementary school at some point.
dude, my elementary school was bigger than that. Dude, my elementary school had more balls than that college.
I know he got a lot.
And what ended up happening was my friend came back and told me, bro, I literally got free extra credit just because I answered the name of that song for my professor. I got free credit because I'm not kidding. He came back and he told me he got free credit for that. Free extra credit.
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, dude, damn. See, our college sometimes has a stick up their ass, but sometimes they're actually pretty damn cool at times. At times, they can be pretty damn cool. I was like, I don't know professors of mine who would give free credit for that. Dude, I did that like 3 or 4 more other times, just going around the college. In fact, you guys know the you know when you just enter the college, they have that whole glass section where you could look straight through it when you're walking down to where the doors are. You see that see-through part?
Yes.
It was like 8 o'clock at night, and I walk in with one of our I'll say Chinese friends. You know I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know
Our
you're
Chinese
talking
friends. It starts with a Z.
about. Yeah, I know.
I was walking with him, and he's a crazy nutcase too. So, yeah, he really is a nutcase. Just as much of a nutcase as me, man. And while I'm walking down there, I ended up actually going shirtless in the middle of the nighttime while it's cold outside. Going shirtless, and I went right up to the glass. I didn't go like, because they were having a class, they were having choir, and I went right up to the glass, walking past them shirtless. Dude, the people looked over, and immediately I turned my face so they can't see who it is. Dude, I never
can handle the energy. The flame is too powerful. It can't be contained with the shirt.
Exactly, man. So yeah, he would always dare me to do some really crazy ass shit. And he was crazy too. He was actually, I remember he used to smoke like a fucking lot, and what he would do is he would skip his classes to smoke. But one time he was skipping his class, and the professor was taking a shit, and he came out the bathroom, and my buddy Kai went over straight up to the professor who was in the process of skipping his class. He went right up to the professor and he asked him, "Do you have a lighter?"
Bro!
I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
not kidding. Javy, you think he was crazy? You don't know half of how crazy that man was. Dude, and the professor was like, "No, but you better find your ass in class, otherwise I'm giving you an F." And I was like, man, he really don't give a shit. I mean, again, you know what I'm talking about. He does not give a shit, man. That was one of the most gangster things I ever seen from him, man. And he would do these stupid things where he would actually draw on my shoulder little stupid like dick tattoos on my back too, and I would actually go around to the workout room and start like actually working out shirtless, going like actually like flexing my muscles with that dick tattoo on my back. And I used to make him do stupid shit too. But yeah, like man, my days at college were just crazy. At the last semester, man, I got senioritis at the last bit, hardcore. So that's honestly my little story time.
Well,
You got any?
Yeah. Well, bye.
You got any final stories, Javy?
Man, I ain't got none, man. I'm just vibing. I'm chilling. I'm grateful.
Next time.
Now stories come for the next time. If I drop my stories in, we're gonna be sitting here as this video continues. This joint gonna be sitting there for like 3 hours. If I do this.
Watch next episode. Javy's gonna tell us about Jack and the Beanstalk. Man, I'm telling you, man.
Wait! I have a story. Wait! Hold on. I got one. I got a story.
Jack is my hand and my dick is the beanstalk.
Oh no! You're tripping, bro. Alright, guys. So, man, it's been. I want you guys, we want our audience to go ahead and smash the. Why? No. Alright, so tripping. So we want our audience to go ahead, like, and smash the subscribe button. Click that joint. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell. Cause you gotta know when our joint's coming out, man. You guys are missing out. Cause we trying to really continue, guys. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, we gotta do that on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
You got imagine Bill Cosby doing that. But no, like I'm just saying, you guys have to smash that like button the same way that Jack did the beanstalk, you know, my hand and my dick. You gotta smash it the same way.
No. Like, smash the subscribe button. Also, throw some comments down in the comment section so you could ask us or give us some questions. You can ask us anything, you can question us about anything. If you want to see something in the next podcast, you know, you could just throw it down there. You know, just let us know what's cracking, what's good, and just do that. And then we will, you know, take a look at it and then try to advise and, you know, handpick what's good out of there. You know what I'm saying?
If you wanted to sound really white, you would have said, what's crack-a-lackin'? But nah, but like, the thing about it is, also follow us on our porn account too.
No, we don't have that. No.
He's actually lying. We actually do. We made it like 5 days ago.
We do try tripping.
Also our OnlyFans, man.
Oh no, guys, on a serious note, don't guys, we don't have those things. We don't. We have an Instagram. What did I say?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, comment, and you gotta go and subscribe, man. You gotta go ahead and subscribe. I can't make the diamond. I can't make the play button. It's kind of hard. Oh, is that more like the play button?
No, this is actually more like it.
Hey, man. Alright, guys. We out of here, guys. So, peace
Have
out.
a good peace out.
Peace out, guys.